Yes, welcome back to Knox Gardens Reserve for the big 2026 under 17.5A grand final for the boys. And it is Blackburn taking on East Ringwood. If you've just joined us, we've just seen the under 18A girls grand final between the two same clubs, Blackburn and East Ringwood, with Blackburn coming away with a massive win, and they complete the undefeated season. They haven't quite gone undefeated this Blackburn side, the under 17.5A side, but they've been pretty damn good, and they finished on top. They qualified first. They won the first final, defeated Roval by 8 points. East Ringwood have done it the long way. They finished fourth. They won the 8 games during the home and away season, a record of 8-6. Defeated Wanty South in that first final, the first semi-final, by 32 points, and then followed it back with a 4-point win over Roval in a fantastic performance to book their spot in the grand final. I'm Ryan Long, joined by Brett Davidson. We saw a great game just before, and I'm sure we're in for another massive game. This is a really good lineup for both sides when you look at some of the names on the paper, and I'm sure you'll be able to discuss those across the broadcast today. It is a massive game for the grand final, and we've got two great sides.
Yeah, we certainly have, and again, we looked at the sides and the matchups and the teams as they ran out, and the first thing that took our notice was how big Blackburn are. They're a very, very tall side. East Ringwood are not small, but they've got enough talls, but they're certainly a bit smaller, so they'll probably run a little bit harder. But, gee, there's some good players for Blackburn. Max Stewart, number 1, keep an eye out for him. He's a Vic under-16 Metro player. I think he plays for Caulfield, or I think so. In the APS, he's also played for the under-16 Oakley Chargers side. So he's a super player. The other one's Mac Hammerstein, done the same thing, played in the same competitions. And the one that's missing today is young Will Thornton. He's another one who's played through that system and been a very, very good contributor. So they've got some great interleague representative players at Blackburn. They've got some good forwards. Holloway's a good forward. Joel Gunn, Carter Rose as well has been very good. For East Ringwood, Sullivan Hanna, number 1, keep an eye on him. He's been a really good form in the forward line. Their captain, Tyler Redge, is excellent. Kate Mason as well. And Mason Kent, who's a young interleague player as well.
So we do have the ceremony down at ground level. We'll cross down.
Congratulations and good luck to both teams competing in today's match. The officiating umpires for today's match in the field, Cooper Sully, James Gilford and Harry Kirkland. On the boundary, Ivy Hamilton and James Keller. And in the goals, Drew Law and Xavier Dennis. If you can, I ask you to be upstanding for the national anthem. Good luck to everyone involved and may the best team win.
So here we go, we're all set to go for the big game. Under 17.5A grand final. East Ringwood taking on Blackburn, and there's what you're playing for today, the Premiership Cup, which is about to come off the field as we're almost ready to go for the first bounce. Davo, really looking forward to this one. Of course, 2 different ways to get to a grand final. Blackburn straight through, and they were made to earn it against Roval. East Ringwood have obviously gone the long way. They've had an up and down home and away season, a record of 8-6. Really good win against Wanturna South. Backed it up in a thriller against Roval last week. What's your thoughts on this one?
Well, I think the one thing that you want to go into finals with winning form, and one of the things that East Ringwood have been able to do is do it the hard way and come through winning a couple of finals. That'll give them great confidence. Blackburn have been on top just about all year, have managed to win their second semi, get into their final. So they're going to be kicking with the breeze as well in the first quarter. So they'll want to start well, get things rolling and go from there. And East Ringwood, again, as we said, they're probably a little bit smaller. So if the ball's on the ground, you're hopeful to see them maybe run the football a little bit more because they don't look like they've got the size, the sheer size that the Blackburn team have got. Just looking at Max Stewart, number 1. He's got the blonde hair. He
stands out, doesn't he?
He stands out. I probably need to tell him that there's no votes in in grand finals, although there is for best on ground. And I've got a funny feeling he would be the Stewart that plays for in their ones, Kai Stewart's brother. And I think Kai is actually the runner, or he might have been the runner for the women's team. I'm not sure. So it's a family affair, which is really important. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they shape up, how they set up. It looks to me as if 27, who's at Big Liam Johnson's going down the forward line for East Ringwood. Toby Andrews will be at centre half forward for them. So they're going to have some players there. Number 1, Hannah, I think he's going to start. He might be starting down forward as well. He's a nice mid-sized forward.
Known goal kicker. Yeah, in that forward half of the ground for the Roos at the moment.
Kai Stewart goes down forward. I think Hammerstein will start in the middle. So it's going to be, he's starting on the wing. So they've got their 2 stars probably starting, one in the wing and one in a half-forward position. So it'll be interesting how we see the start of this game.
Absolutely. The breeze has played a factor today in the previous game, so we'll see if Blackburn can make the most of it in this first term. The grand final for 2026 is underway out here at Knox Gardens Reserve as the 2 ruckmans go at it. It's Blackburn with the first tap down, and back in the middle we go. Trying to clear this one out. The Roos might get the first clearance. Quick little handball. Now inside 50. It's a one-on-one. Doing well. Spectacular mark. Cade Mason. An important target in that forward 50.
He's going to have a shot at goal, and that was a beautiful mark. Like he was running back with the flight of the ball, and just got the glue on the end of his fingers. He's got a player sitting right in. No, he's not going to go to him.
He's going to back himself in. We're right behind this one. Be kicking from about 35, 40 metres out. It's a good-looking kick off the boot. It's right through the middle, and the Roos, they're on the board in the first minute of the grand final. 1 straight 6. Mason gets his first. Blackburn yet to score. Great
clearance, great mark, and that was a beautiful kick. And he knew, as soon as he kicked that ball, he knew that was a goal. So that's exactly what they needed. Into the breeze, get one on the scoreboard and see how we can go from there. See if they can maybe get another one.
Well, absolutely. And coming in as, you would say, the underdogs of the 2 sides, that's always the perfect start to get on the board early in the opening minute of the game. Tap down, won by the Roos, as Gordon, but now it's the Blackburn side who get the quick handball chain going. Back out to Brown, under a bit of trouble, recovers, he loses it now. Quick handball from Hannah. No, he's going to be important today. Now in the space of Mason, couldn't get it anywhere. He was run down in the tackle. Still alive. Blackburn under a lot of pressure this game. The pace starting very quickly as Riley. He gets his hands off and now a kick down the line. Looking to take the mark, slip through the hands that time of Rose, Carter Rose.
I'll tell you what, there was some heavy contact in some of those tackles in there. These boys are really switched on for this grand final.
It's the best of the junior boys. The under 17.5A grand final. Out of the ruck. Comes back out. Going through there is Agnew. He's run down by Stewart. You can't miss him. He's earns himself a free kick. Centre wing here for Blackburn. They go inside 50 for the first time this afternoon. Great mark in defence taken for the Roos. Read that contest well. And now brings it back to the broadcast side, right from where it came from. No mark taken. Who's going to get it at ground level? Trying to chase that one. First was Younger. Now Blackburn through Brown. And that kick carries across the line, and we've had a bit of a breeze going to that side of the ground, so that might be a bit of a factor again today, is particularly in this first quarter as both sides start to just get used to the conditions out here at Knox Gardens Reserve. That wind will pick up at times as well, clearing out of their defensive half. Good grab here for the Burners going forward. Lewison came off the hands of Edge, the skipper of East Ringwood. They're going to try and take this game on through the corridor. The handball from Taylor over the top. He might receive it again. It's cut off as plenty of Blackburn players get there. Gunn was one of them. So was Jack Ryan.
So you can see they want to flick it around and run East Ringwood.
Tap down one by the Burners. All the numbers behind the ball here for East Ringwood might be able to get things going. Stewart's been good with the pressure. He's second tackler of the day. 3.5 minutes into this first quarter. The Roos on the board first with one straight 6. Blackburn yet to score. So ball up back in the middle of the ground. Wilson got his handball away. Back to Ryder Brown. Been involved early. His kick out wide. Makes Gunn work for it, but did well. A high kick from Gunn. Kept alive. Handballed into a bit of space. It might be turned over here. The Roos got plenty of numbers out of this. Stewart was chasing, but they link up nicely. Melseed over the top. There's Hannah. Free kick being awarded. Going back the way of East Ringwood, so it comes back. So Neiman for the Roos goes forward. Coming in from the side. Great grab. Well done there from Riley Bookluck.
That was a nice grab, wasn't it?
Fantastic. Got in front position and took a great grab as he'll go right down the line on the far side of Knox Gardens Reserve. Spoiled away from behind from the Roos point of view. As that ball stays alive. Kept in by Neiman. Handballs it back. Turned over. Gunn. Got his hands off in time, but had nothing around him. Quick handball there from Taylor. As the Roos transition this well.
Looks like he's just dropped the mark on the boundary and it's gone over. So that sun might be a little bit of a problem. Might be coming over the top of us.
Yeah, it certainly is. It's perfect conditions out here at Knox Gardens Reserve today for grand final day. Good luck to all the sides still competing around the grounds. Congratulations to our premiership winners. Even contest in the ruck. Roos trying to get the clearance forward, but run down in the tackle was Edge. It was good pressure that time from the vice-captain of Blackburn, Joshua Prest. So Prest just sends a long, high kick towards the half-forward line. Again, Sport from behind. Stewart, quick handball forward. Now getting a bit of space as the skip-in roll towards goal for the first one for Blackburn and can't quite get it. It's a minor score. They're on the board, one behind. East Ringwood, one straight 6. We played almost 6 minutes into this first quarter.
Well, so far you can see that East Ringwood want to run and gun if they can into this breeze.
Roos take the kick in. Sudamersky has a bit of time and space, can take a bounce before kicking it forward. Flying from behind, getting the nice little spoil, falls out to Younger. Younger dribbling kick. Doesn't work out terribly. They're still potentially in possession here. They follows it up with the tackle.
I reckon he might have kicked the ground then because he wasn't being tackled. He just has completely miscued with it.
Fortunately for him, he looked off on that occasion. Might be able to get to this contest. First two at that time. Lambourne. Handball forward. Here's something for Blackburn to work with. Riley. Keeps this one bouncing towards the forward 50. Out the back, if you can pick it up nicely. DeLeo. That ball still alive. And he's Ringwood. They've got Taylor all by himself. Drops the mark, but keeps this in front. Handball forward, Brody Taylor. And we'll get a ball up right in front of us. Broadcast side. Thanks for joining us, EFNL YouTube. Let us know where you're tuning in from today on grand final day, the biggest day on the EFNL junior calendar. As the two rucks go at it right in front of us. Broadcast side, high free kick going the way of Blackburn against the skipper in Tyler Edge, and taking the kick is Joshua Prest. Low darting kick. Turned over, getting in front there was Bell. Got his hands off. Hannah, they link up again. Down the line, Blackburn potentially we're going to pick it off. Couldn't quite get there, could Lambourne as it crosses the line.
They've set up really well, Blackburn. They've pushed a player behind the contest and East Ringwood got caught out a little bit there, out of position.
They did. It's a ball up about 60 out from the Roos goals. The tap down by Johnson. Here's Ryder Brown. Handball forward. Received it back from Gunn. Steaming through the middle of the ground. Sends this one inside 50. One-handed grab. That was fantastic. Playing on straight away. He's turned it over to Gunn. Gunn inside 50. Over the back. If he can get a hold of this. Running into the pocket to Leo. Geez, that grab. The one-handed mark.
I don't know who it was,
the East Ringwood defender there. That was brilliant.
It was. Unfortunately, he let himself down with his disposal, but it was a sensational grab.
So ball up right in front of goals. Trying to break through the tackle was pressed. 5-10 metres out from the Blackburn goals. Looking for their first of the grand final. We had a ball up. Even contest in the ruck again. High kick. It's not going to be 15. It's going to be clearing kick here for Edge. Blackburn again have set up nicely. Darting kick inside 50. No mark taken. Spinning around to Leo towards the goal. Bounces through for a minor score. Been lively early in this first quarter.
You've got to be a bit careful, East Ringwood. At the moment, they're pushing so deep that Blackburn have been able to keep their players behind the line, and every time they've rebounded out, been an easy return back in.
So the kick in that time from Kent. So they make this way they are down on the far side of the grounds, turned over. Jack Ryan for Blackburn. Low darting kick inside 50, turned over. East Ringwood with some numbers, bit of time. Kanamai goes back, finds a target, and they switch it towards us on the broadcast side. They've worked this well. Here's Springett on the half-back line for the Roos. He kicks it forward. Blackburn have been able to turn this one over. Holding the ball, free kick. And it's going the way of Jonathan Melseed. There's an option on the boundary. Agnew will go longer. Down the line. Blackburn have got 3-on-2 in this contest, and they take the mark through Brown.
He's been very, very good to start off this game.
Oakley Chargers listed. Tall figure on this Blackburn side. They've got a few of them. Was looking for Gunn. Tries to bully his way through that. I think from an East Ringwood point of view, they'd be pretty happy just with this start. Coming in as the underdogs to this clash. As they work this way towards the wing, if they can keep this alive. Brody Taylor couldn't. As that comes across, or in fact, couldn't get a touch to it, says the umpire. So right in front of us, the free kick going the way of Blackburn. Bainbridge. Two players going and spoiling each other for Blackburn. Both got hands to it. Have coughed it up, and now great mark in defence by Lambourne for Blackburn, who moves this along straight away. Was trying to get it off to his teammate there. Handball over the top from Bookluck. Trying to break through the tackle just was Johnson to Bookluck. Pressure's been elite from both sides, particularly East Ringwood on that occasion.
A lot of missed kicks at the moment, a lot of kicks to the opposition, a lot of pressure in this game. Need to just steady both sides a little bit. They're rushing it.
We'll see who can adapt first. Off the right boot, Oglethorpe inside 50. The mark was dropped, and you can tell probably the perceived pressure on that one as the ball comes back out to Neiman. His kick finds a target. Good kick to Agnew. Mason Agnew, key figure of this East Ringwood side. Big fly, sport from behind. Who's going to get there first? It's East Ringwood with the numbers. Potentially caught one high, but umpire was in the wrong position to see that. No problem with that one as Nardella was wrapped up. Get a ball up inside 50 for the Roos. Looking for their second of the first term. Ball comes back out to Bookluck. They clear it back in towards the middle of the ground. This is an important one to be won. Sudomersky did well just to hold things up.
He did that very, very well. It was a difficult ball to stop.
Yep.
He was playing front, stopped it, created a stoppage, did that very well.
So ball up back in the middle of the ground. Going forward is pressed. It's a high kick just inside forward 54. The Burners, no mark taken. Trying to get through is Brown, who's been lively early for Blackburn.
They just seem to, Blackburn have been getting it and just kicking it wildly at the moment.
Haven't been able to hit up too many targets inside 50 so far. Tapped away to Hannah. Off to Agnew. Agnew finds a target. Well worked to Mason.
That's a beautiful kick.
Left boot. That's a beautiful kick, as you mentioned, right down the middle of the ground as Neiman goes forward. In fact, that was Mel Seed who hits up the target in Taylor. Beautiful kick from Mel Seed, and they've worked that along and now have a chance for a shot on goal. Similar position to where Cade Mason kicked the last goal for East Ringwood, a little bit further out though, so we'll take Brodie Taylor's absolute best from here.
And again, it's been just a methodical way of bringing the ball down instead of Blackburn's just getting it and trying to kick it long.
Been just maybe a little bit more composed so far as this kick off the side of the boot. It might stay alive and give themselves a chance for a marking opportunity. Big tackle applied, that time from Hannah. Sullivan Hannah, who's kicked the 25 goals this season.
That's good forward pressure too.
They've locked it in their forward half. Kept this alive, gives themselves an opportunity. Came off the boot there of Taylor. Bit of pressure here. Hannah, handball off to Taylor. Taylor, centering kick. No mark taken. Ryan was in front position. He's got now Neiman to work against. He applies the pressure with the tackle. Still inside their forward half. We're 1 straight 6 East Ringwood, 2 behinds Blackburn. 14 minutes gone, first term of the 2026 Grand Final for the under 17.5 A boys. Clearing kick from Bookluck. Out of defence. The mark is intercepted. Sudamersky for the Roos.
He's been good. Started very well.
And he goes inside 50, finds the leading target all by himself. Hand passes it off from outside 50. A long kick towards goal and in front position to take the mark. It was a great kick from Agnew. And now a big opportunity right in front of goal for Liam Johnson to put through. He's first and the Roos second.
Andrews is... he's certainly been good this quarter. He's got a beautiful shoe on him.
As Johnson lines up and makes no mistake, right in front, kicks the Roos second. They're 2 straight 12, Blackburn 2 behinds.
So at the moment it's been system and structure. Their system is nice. They're working the ball out. They're lowering their eyes. They're hitting their targets. They've been able to change lanes and go through the middle twice now. And that's a good kick into the forward line. The big fella up the forward line. You know, they don't get any shorter, so he's taken his position. And again, they've just got to calm down, Blackburn. They've had plenty of the football, but every time they've gone forward or even from defence, it's been a wild kick up high. And so far, East Ringwood have read it well.
So we're going to be back in the middle in just a moment as the umpires bring the ball back in. The sun starting to disappear behind the clouds.
And it's gone 7 degrees cooler.
It certainly has. As we're back in the middle again, almost approaching quarter time here. East Ringwood got to be very happy against the Breeze too from what we've seen so far today out here at Knox Gardens Reserve. They're 2 straight 12, 2 behinds to Blackburn. They win the tap down as well. Potentially an opportunity here for Baker Flett. Coming through with Stewart, made contact with the ball. Bookluck. Big moment here for Blackburn as Stewart again can't break through to East Ringwood tacklers.
And a little bit like the girls under 18 side, the East Ringwood team are ferocious with their tackling at the moment.
Yeah, certainly been on top early in that area. Big tackle that time for Blackburn, bringing his opposition player to the ground. That was Noah Hannum. He'll go up in the ruck as well. Wins the tap out. Can't quite get boot to ball, could pressed. We'll get another stoppage back in the middle of the ground.
His positioning has been very, very good at the moment. I think it's Hannah.
Yep.
Yes.
He wins the tap down. Out of midair from pressed. Bouncing inside 50. The Roos are going to get to this first if the bounce is kind. Sock it off the ground, keeping it in front of himself. Well done, Bell. Handballs it off. He got it off that time to Hollingsworth, who passes it off to Agnew in the middle, streaming forward. They might just run into a bit of trouble now. Trying to receive it again was Agnew. But Blackburn have been able to hold it up, and Bookluck in the end has the footy as he gives it back to the umpire.
Might be a little bit lucky there, Andrews. I think he didn't quite get rid of that the right way.
Here's a clearing kick forward for Blackburn. That was through Edmonds. Roos defence, who has been held pretty strong so far. Maybe unlucky there to not receive a free kick for a high. in front position for that one. Ball up inside 50. Even ruck battle once again. We're going to get another ball up.
Defended well, Mason Kent, this quarter.
He has started off well in this grand final. Guns involved. Comes back out to Stewart. Stewart kicks a wide one out of bounds on the full. So East Ringwood will take possession of the ball in the back pocket. It'll be Mason Kent, who we were just talking about before, to take the ball back into play. They'll be very happy with this first term from an East Ringwood coaching point of view. Long kick out of defence, no mark taken, but they keep it in front. Getting involved that time was Bookluck. Ball up on the far side out here in Knox Gardens Reserve. 12 plays 2. Out of the middle. Spinning around was Mel Seed. Got the ball going forward. They've used this nicely. Here's Mason. Mason's kick. The bounce eludes a Blackburn defender. Now they get it over the top. Big tackle. That had to happen. Otherwise, East Ringwood going to run into an open goal. Great pressure from Blackburn. And it looked like a big opportunity. Marifa.
I think the ball just stood up for him a little bit too high and he had to wait for it to come to him.
Tap down off the left boot. Neiman, high kick, minor score. 2-1-13.
He's been handy too, Neiman. He's played some good. They got some nice left footers. And a little bit like what we saw on the girls' side with Cheevers. The left footers are really, they stand out a fair bit in this game.
They absolutely do. As Blackburn take the kick in, they'll go towards us broadcast side. Overdone the kick and it falls into the hands of Agnew. Inside 50, off the boot there of the Blackburn defender. And the skipper in Austin Ryle. He looks frustrated on that one as East Ringwood have an opportunity. This is Agnew who plays on straight away. Gets his target in the pocket, which would be a pretty tough kick from here. Looking to find out how long's left on the clock.
He's pretty confident. He's gone back. I think is he a left footer or is he going to boo-na-na it as BWS says?
Brody Taylor, this would be a spectacular finish on the siren. A quarter time, hits the post. Slamming the ball into the woodwork. And East Ringwood will take an even 2-goal lead into the quarter time break. They're 2-2-14, Blackburn 2 behinds as we're going to go to a break here. The goal kickers, Mason has one and Johnson has one for the Roos. Good start for East Ringwood. We'll be back in a moment for the second quarter action. Welcome back to the Eastland under 17.5A grand final for 2026. East Ringwood taking on Blackburn. Quarter time here, and it is East Ringwood 2-2-14, leading Blackburn 2 behinds, who are coming into this game as the favourites, and we're back for the second quarter action out here at Knox Gardens Reserve. Tap down this time, won by Lewison for the Burners. He's able to burst through the tackle, lost possession of it, run down, no free kick, handball forward here for the Roos. Agnew sends it to a two. Roos who send it forward. That was that time by Neiman. They try and keep this one alive. They won't that time. And we'll get the ball up about 55 metres out from the Roos goals. So he said they come in the long way from the fourth place finish. Defeated Roval last week by 4 points to get here. They're seeing it across the line. That time, Owen Lambourne. Going to push and shove as we resume play in just a moment. Plenty of feeling between these two clubs. Both clubs playing in the under-18A girls just before this one. Lewison out of the ruck for the Burners. Just a high kick forward. Be a tough one to mark at ground level. Doing well nicely. Got the handball away. Did Neiman. He got it off to Hollingsworth, who's brought down in the tackle by Max Stewart. We get a ball up centre wing here. Wilson's been good in the ruck in this quarter. Grabbed it right out and is brought down to the ground that time by Liam Johnson, who kicked one of the 2 goals of that first term for the Roos. He'll be going up in the ruck again. This time he wins out the tap. Stewart was around it. Neiman back to Johnson. Ducking through a tackle there was Edge. A high kick inside 50. Can they get another mark? Spalter at the right time, that time by Fleming. And he'll see it across the line. And at the moment, East Ringwood pick off from where they left off in that first term, doing all the attacking. They've looked a little bit more composed today so far. Early stages of the grand final. Was happy to see that across the line is Austin Ryle for a minor score. 2-3-15 East Ringwood, 2 behinds Blackburn. So the Burners through the skip up will take a long kick out towards the far side. Great grab that time. The second one from Holloway. Just has a bit of a second to think before he sends it forward. Slipped through the hands of an East Ringwood defender to Stewart. And now Blackburn inside 50. Their first mark inside 52. And this gives them a chance. They'll play on straight away because they saw the open man who was able to take the mark. And that time, Makuchi for the Burners.
We'll give him the credit to say he was actually looking for that player, but I've got a funny feeling he was looking for someone a little bit further down. He miskicked it and hit his target, but that's what happens when you're in front. Possibly.
He'll line up on a bit of an angle, looking for Blackburn's first and a steadier for the Burners as he comes in 25 metres out from home, and he has put it through. Blackburn are on the board. They're 1-2-8. East Ringwood 2-3-15, back to 7 points.
And East Ringwood got caught out all the way down the ground there. They were outnumbered. Blackburn had at least 2 players that were free that they could have chosen down the ground. And they just, I'm not sure whether it was communication or what it was with the East Ringwood defenders, but they certainly got caught out. And that's a good reply from Blackburn.
Absolutely, as we're back in the middle once again. 7-point lead, 2-3 to 1-2. Coming up to the 4th minute mark of this second term. What a beautiful afternoon out here at Knox Gardens Reserve. We've been well treated on grand final day as the tap down is won by Lewison again. It's steaming through the pack there. Agnew, inside 50, great kick. Couldn't quite bring it down that time. As he out of defence there, Dimitriadis. Keeping this one alive. We'll get a stoppage.
Gee, he attacked the ball well then, didn't he, Mason Agnew? He just hit it at a million miles an hour. And beautiful kick. It just couldn't be held on by the forward then of East Ringwood.
Yeah, very talented player, as we all know, and has started this grand final on fire. Well done there by the skipper and roll. He handles it forward. He'll receive it again. He's done a lot of work here in this passage of play. It's a dribbling kick forwards cut off this time. Kanamaya for the Roos. He puts it into a 1-on-2. Out the back was Riley. Off the left boot, hits up a target. They've worked this well. They're going to look to use the corridor because they see Gunn. Can't quite control it. Stewart breaking through the tackle. Kept it in front of himself. Did well to keep the ball moving.
And I think it's across the middle here that East Ringwood, just their players are losing their opponents. That's where they're getting their drive from, Blackburn at the moment.
So out of defence here for East Ringwood. It's held up here in the middle. Cade Mason couldn't break the tackle then. So a ball up about 80 metres out from the Blackburn goals. East Ringwood with the tap out. Handing it back. Putting it in front of Bell. Got a bit of work to do here. He's got a bit of speed on him. Can take a bounce if he wanted. Sends this inside 50 and hits up a target. They've done that really nicely today. Been able to find their targets inside 50. The mark from Jonathan Melseed. He might just back himself to take the shot.
Well, we'll see whether he can actually read the breeze here, because this is a ball that could quite easily go to
the left
of screen.
Yeah, it will certainly take his best. He'll be kicking from just outside the forward 50 arc. Tough angle from here, and the breeze has played a factor all day. The kick's not bad off the boot. If it comes back to the right, it's spoiled across the line.
So
pretty good attempt.
It is, but in that situation, you've either got to kick the goal, you've either got to put it over the line of some description, or if you're not quite right with it, just on top of that, because it's too easy to defend that through for a point, and then you get the ball back.
So 2-4-16 to 1-2-8. Out of defence, dangerous kick, works out okay. Dimitriadis. Just under a bit of pressure here. Gunn, the handball option. His handball's cut off. He ends up with the footy anyway, goes back. Just a bit of a kick in hope in the end. James Allen takes the intercept mark for the Roos. And his kick is off the side of the left boot, out of bounds.
It's what happens when you go back and you want to go quick, one-step kick.
And it gives Blackburn an opportunity to go back out the fly, try to get a hold of that one, Lambourne. There he is, wrapped up by Mel Seed, right in front of us on the broadcast side as it gets a little bit warmer out here with the sun back in play. Tap down one by the Roos. Mel Seed breaking through. I thought he got his hands off in time, so that was unlucky. Umpire says it was a throw. May have been very stiff on that one. As Lewison now sends it forward for Blackburn. Great one-handed grab in defence. That was fantastic. Jet Kanamaya brought it in and now sends it forward. A lot of numbers in this contest. No marks taken. Who's at the back? It's Blackburn with the numbers. And just a long, high kick towards centre half forward. Getting the way with the handball. That time was Allen. Got off to a teammate who sends it to the centre half forward. Flying from behind was Hannah. Yeah, bit of a dangerous tackle, a bit of a sling tackle. And the card is coming out. So that will send Cade Mason off the field with a yellow card. That's not the type of player you want losing for 15 minutes.
No. And is it the player that's in a bit of trouble on the ground? I don't know if he's the one that... Is he the recipient of the free kick, or is he just...
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. Still on the ground at the moment, but I'm assuming he'll come off now with both trainers there.
No,
he wants his kick.
Yep.
So he'll take the kick here on the half-back line for the Burners. So 9 minutes gone second term. We'll see Mason back in the third term. The Roos currently lead this game by 6 points. So kick forward, going in front position to take the grab. That was fantastically done by Liam Johnson.
He's got beautiful hands, hasn't he? He's a big fella.
Great grab of the footy. Obviously got the height advantage on almost everyone on the ground. As his kick forward. Blackburn with plenty of numbers. Now getting out of defence here is Riley. Sees the target in Ryan. He goes forward and just overdoes the kick, getting a hand onto it that time. Lewison does well, creates the pressure, might receive it again. Off the right boot, that time by Rose towards goal. The bounce is going to go across the line unless that came off hands. It might have. So that means we might get a ball up. Still deep inside Blackburn's forward 50.
So at the moment, they've both had the same problem when they've gone forward with the breezes. They've not had a target to aim for.
So here's Stewart off the ground or in midair. He gets his first. And they had a chance through Rose, and Stewart came in to make sure of it.
Yeah, ran through the front of the contest. Ball popped up on the line, and he was smart enough to be able to kick it over. So they've brought back their the 2 goals that they were behind. They managed to pick them up. So far we haven't had a goal kicked with the breeze.
No, we haven't. They've all come this way.
Oh, that's
So we're back in the middle of the ground here. Almost 11 minutes gone second term. 2-4 plays 2-2. 2 goals for the Burners in this second term. So tap down this time, won by East Ringwood. Mel Seed's kick, bouncing in favour of the Roos forwards, giving them a bit of an opportunity. Free kick here coming the way of Blackburn. Play on advantage. Jack Ryan's going to be able to take the mark. He'll use the runner coming past, handballing it off. Johnson getting through traffic and puts it in the corridor. It's a beautiful kick, finds the target. So Ryle. The 2-on-1. They maintain possession of the football here as they go inside 50. The target that time was Hammerstein. Handball away, Bookluck. Done really nicely there is Riley towards a 1-on-1. Great mark, reading it exceptionally well there was Sudamersky, who sends it back and towards the far side. And Sport across the line. So we'll get a ball up. 12 minutes into this second term. We've got an even grand final. 2-4 plays 2-2. Thanks for joining us on EFNL YouTube. Fantastic contest between the two sides so far. One side will walk away with the under 17.5A premiership. And we'll get a free kick here going the way of Blackburn. Last touch. Dimitriadis bringing it back into play for Blackburn. Towards the half-forward line. Great grab, not quite. Couldn't bring it down. Went the Donagi, did Mel Seed.
Andrews has dropped out of the game a little bit this quarter. I haven't seen much of him.
No, not as much as now a chance. Quick little handball there from Ryle. Tried to get off to a teammate. No free kick. And driven across the line. Marcucci, who kicked the opening goal for Blackburn in this quarter.
They're playing a very high pressing game, Blackburn here. They've pushed all their players right up basically inside the forward 70.
Baker Flett with the rebounding kick, but it's going to come straight back. Inside 50, it's picked off again by the Roos. Might have been Johnson who goes towards the pocket. The mark is taken by Jack Sudamersky. Been good early. Goes back. They just maintain possession of the football in their defensive half of the ground. That's Kennemeyer. Goes across the face to Agnew. Agnew has turned it over. Here's the Blackburn side. Try and move this forward through the skipper. Breaks one tackle. Sends it inside 50. Can't hit up a target because Jet Kennemeyer is there for another intercept mark. He'll quickly move this along towards the far side. Coming in from behind. Hannah made a contest to it. Blackburn have numbers over there. It's Taylor involved. Blackburn win out. They get the handball. Game going once again. Creating a bit of space through the middle of the ground. Long kick forward. It's a 2-on-2. Who's going to take the mark? Neither can. Tapping it towards the boundary line is Sudamerski. He's pushed aside that time by Jack Ryan. Keeps this one alive. Almost a free kick. It is going to be paid. High free kick going the way of the Roos.
They need to just, it's their secondary kick out of defence at the moment that's hurting them, East Ringwood.
It has been. Is this one towards us on the broadcast side this time, but it's all Blackburn numbers behind the footy. They've got 3 of them. That's a great smother. And that might sting a bit, but he'll be pretty happy with that, Liam Johnson.
Well, he made up for the fact that 2 of his players were 25 metres away from their opponents, then got to work harder in those areas.
And suddenly we're at centre wing and a bit of an opportunity for the Roos. Copping one high that time was Xavier Neiman. So Neiman...
He's got to wait for Johnson to get down the forward line.
Well, he sends it now in that direction. It's a 1-on-2. And on the second juggle, has it been paid? It has. And there he is, Liam Johnson. It's the one you were talking about. He already has 1 on the board. This, again, very far out. So it'll be interesting to see what he does here. Points towards the goals. Be kicking from outside the arc. Will take a very, very good kick from here. So Johnson lines up. We're right behind this one. Off the right boot. Stays right, but gives a chance for a mark. Sport from behind. Still alive. Now a chance to get out of this. Brown takes the bounce. Handballs it. Oh, look, can't quite find Ryle. Does in the end. Now he goes and just kicks it into space because he's got a teammate who's able to just handball it, almost trying to get it to himself. Turned it over. Mel Seed now for the Roos. Back inside forward 50. Johnson, one-handed grab. He plays it on straight away. Tucked away in the pocket. Younger. What a goal.
Oh, my goodness.
And what a play from the Roos.
Oh, my goodness.
3-4-22.
That'll go on a replay somewhere. That was a literally one-handed grab by the big fella. He didn't bring it, just was one hand. Passed it off on the boundary, left foot, on the toughest pocket on the ground, and he threaded it through. That is just sensational football.
That is one for the highlight, Roos, and we're right near the certainly the East Ringwood faithful up here on the hill on the balcony, and they love that one, as they should. And they're back out to an 8-point lead, so they've steadied after being on a ton of pressure in this second quarter. Back in the middle, it go again. We'll get another ball up. So some fantastic footy from this East Ringwood side. We're having a spectacular final series so far. The kick that time from Edge was smothered. He receives it again, handles it, trying to get it back to a teammate. Stewart is around this one. Free kick going the way of the Roos.
That was a clever piece of play then by Hollingsworth.
So here he is, Hollingsworth. Inside 50, sees a target, came off hands. Now it's a bit of pressure for the Blackburn defence. Trying to spin around and get out a bit of trouble there. Getting away the handball was Johnson. Now the kick out of defence and might come straight back. Good contest here. The half-back line for the Burners. Picked up nicely by Ryle. Got it off to a teammate running past him, Brown. Brown now off the right boot. Just kicks it into space for his teammate to run on centre wing. Picks up nicely. Can take a bounce. Can take a second one. He's off and running, Jack Ryan. Hand passes it off to Gunn. Gunn towards goal for a brilliant finish for Blackburn.
Wow.
And they get the response. And that was Blackburn at their best.
That was... one was spectacular and the other one was just methodically really well played. Beautiful kick over the top, allowed the player to run onto it, take 2 bounces. He could have had a shot himself. I think it was, who was it? Ryan?
Yeah, Jack Ryan.
Could have had a shot himself, but he's handballed the ball off and it was a lovely kick for goal. So that was just really, really good football. And that's where, you've got 2 wingmen at the moment that are playing great football. You've got Bell and you've got Ryan on each other, and they're hurting each other in exactly the same way.
Yeah, absolutely. It was just such a smart kick from Ryder Brown.
Yes, it was.
Saw his players out and backed him in as we're back in the middle again. The Roos looking to get the clearance forward. There's Bell. You just highlighted him before. He sends a short chip inside 50. Bit of work to do there as there's going to be a ball up inside 50, wrapped up in the tackle that time, Brodie Taylor. What a contest we have here in grand final day. 3-4 plays 3-2. East Ringwood leading. 19 minutes gone, second term. Trying to get out of trouble here. A high kick which might go out of bounds on the full. Can't quite get there to get hands to it. So East Ringwood with another opportunity. So Neiman extends the angle and sends a long kick inside 50. Can they get a mark out of this? Quite a few flyers. No one takes the mark. At ground level there, getting a hand to it was Younger. Ball comes back out to Bookluck. Out of defence, Stewart, great grab. Almost cleaned up his teammate there as he had to really back himself in to take that mark. Max Stewart tries to get it out the back, and he does. The mark is taken. And a high kick that time from Holloway. In front position, East Ringwood pick it off, and Sudamersky takes a great grab right on the half-time siren. As this game is well and truly alive here, half-time, it is anyone's guess who's going to walk away with the premiership. East Ringwood 3-4-22, currently leading Blackburn 3-2-20. Some big highlights in that quarter. The goal kickers for East Ringwood, Mason, Johnson and Younger, all with 1 goal each. For Blackburn, all singles as well, Stewart, Gunn and Marcucci. We're going to take a break here, and then we're going to be back for the third quarter of action. Welcome back to the Eastland. Under 17.5A grand final between East Ringwood and Blackburn. A tight first half sees the Roos in front by 2 points. The underdogs going into this game 3-4-22 to Blackburn 3-2-20. A big second half to come. I'm Ron Long, joined by Brett Davidson. Fantastic half of football and a couple of great goals to finish off the quarter there from both sides.
I'll tell you what, if you didn't know that you were watching junior football, you'd be thinking you were watching senior football with those two standard of those two goals. Are unbelievable. Been a great game. Both teams are playing really tough, hard, accountable footy. Cannot pick a winner at this stage.
Yeah, going to be a very exciting second half. We're underway in here in the third quarter. East Ringwood now kicking to your right side of your screen. It's Johnson who tried to break away with the handball, was looking for Bell. They move this forward now towards centre half forward. Picked off here by Blackburn. Well done, Dimitriadis. Got it off. Here's Brown. Handballed it back to Dimitriadis. He goes out wider as now they move this forward. That was through Edmonds. Looking for Stewart. Stewart caught one high that time. Gets himself a free kick. As the player in the middle there was Jack Ryan, who was calling for it. Goes inside 50 instead and almost hits up the target. There's a free kick here being called. It's going Blackburn's way. And it'll be, I believe, a set shot on goal here for Patrick Mercucci, who kicked the first for Blackburn in the second term. He's looking for goal number 2.
So he looked like he went under the football then, but it was eased under the football. It may have been, as the ball went over his head, he got an extra bit of a hands in the back. One of those ones that it was probably there. Are they paid every time? Not necessarily, but you know the reality is he has a chance to kick his second.
Certainly a good set shot on goal. Kicked a nice one to get him going in that second term. This would be a very good start for Blackburn in this third term to put the Burners back in front. He comes in, bit of an angle, not bad off the boot, not bad at all. Right through the middle. And he hypes up his teammates as they hit the lead for the first time today, 4-2-26 to 3-4-22.
Yeah, very, very good goal, and that's what you want to see. So, interesting to see how East Ringwood respond now. They were very good in the first quarter, kicking into the breeze. Blackburn got a little bit of run from that back half then. Some good work. He's been good, Dimitriadis, I think.
Yeah.
Bringing the ball out of defence. His hands have been good and his kicking has been good out of defence as well. He's worked well with Fleming.
He has, and we'll move back to the middle of the ground 2 minutes into this third term. Lewison going up against Johnson in the ruck. It's Johnson with the tap down. Trying to get through here, Blackburn. Ryle, who's moved into the middle. Swung around. Umpire says, give it to me.
That's a good move because he was really good in defence first half, but his creativity's excellent. It'll be interesting to see how he goes in the middle.
Yeah, been one of their best performers so far. Lewison with the tap down, who had a really big second turn for Blackburn. So important stage of the game here for East Ringwood. For their sake, hoping to respond, trying to get through the tackle, going nowhere. Umpire says, once again, we'll ball it up in the middle.
He and Ryan certainly like attacking the footy, don't they?
Oh, they do. It's been good. Great to watch. Here's Bell off the right boot. Into a bit of space right in front of us, broadcast side. Getting it now. That was Younger. In a bit of trouble. East Ringwood trying to keep this one alive. The handball forward. Hannah involved. A free kick here going the way of the Roos.
That was great attack on the football. Front on attack of the football then by Hannah.
So Sullivan Hannah for the Roos. Back inside 50. Can they get a mark? Leading in front position. Couldn't quite bring it down. Could Taylor. A clearing kick in the corridor. Almost a grab for the Roos. Potentially one high. Umpire says no. And we'll get another ball up back in the middle of the ground. Almost 4 minutes gone in this third term. 4-2-26 to 3-4-22. Punch forward here for the Burners. Bell's going to run to it first for the Roos. Was looking to get it off to Baker Flett. And great grab.
Beautiful use of his body then to take that mark.
Agnew. Started off fantastically in this game. Going to need a big second half as well if they're to win today. Sullivan Hannah stayed down. Gets the kick forward. Running onto this one. Couldn't quite bring down the mark. Who's going to get there first? Off the ground this time. That was by the Roos in Cooper Smith. Big tackle applied from Mel Seed.
Gee, that was good play then. Smart play by the forward. Number 4 is Cooper Smith. Getting the little kick off the ground to get it forward. And then great pressure by East Ringwood to keep it in their area.
Great opportunity for a goal here. Blackburn will want to clear it out. Out the back is Bell trying to get a spoil on Ryle. Wasn't paid the mark. It has come back.
The other umpires overruled.
There you go. So the kick from Ryle almost couldn't quite. Once the umpire said that's out of bounds on the full, so the Roos will send this back through Agnew. Came off the side of the boot, but luckily for him, the umpire is calling him to come back. He's very quick to try and move it on. Saw something.
It's probably the only thing against his game at the moment is that sometimes his kicking's not as good. He needs to take his time a little bit.
Mason Agnew puts a high kick up towards the hot spot. Can they get a mark out of this? It comes to ground level. Gunn was very good. Got the handball off to Brown. Brown getting through traffic, bouncing forward, centre wing here. The Roos can pick it off this time through Baker Flett. They look to take the game on towards centre half forward. Johnson took out his teammate, unfortunately, which gave a chance to Blackburn in their defensive half of the ground through Fleming to clear it out. Towards the far side of the ground out here at Knox Gardens Reserve. Tapping it forward is Rose. Might be able to run onto it. Has Sudamersky to compete with. Rose picks it up, spins around, potentially cop one high, and he does. He gets a free kick. So be a very tough shot from goal if he goes for it. Right on the boundary line out here at Knox Gardens Reserve.
He's certainly got blistering pace. He attacked that footy and
yep.
Look, that's a typical forwards free kick, that one. He put himself in the right space, knew he was going to be tackled, made sure the umpire saw that it went a little bit higher than it should have.
So Carter Rose has looked lively at times. It's right on the boundary line out here at Knox Gardens Reserve. So it's a long kick towards goal. It's not bad off the boot. It's just out of bounds on the full. So
I actually thought it looked a
lot better
than
from
what
our
it did.
angle.
Yeah, exactly.
So no score. 4-2-26 Blackburn, 3-4-22 East Ringwood as Agnew has an open target forward. Neiman takes the mark here at the half-back line. Neiman to Younger.
Oh, they had a perfect chance to go inside then.
Well, they do it now, but it's a bit more harder with a lot more Blackburn players in that area. Comes back, Younger takes the intercept mark. Wants to move this on quickly, he does. He sees the option in the middle of the ground. It's Tyler Edge. He's kick smothered. Will come out to Ryle, the opposition skipper for Blackburn. Ryle inside 50, bouncing, cutting it off perfectly, doing extremely well that time. Kannemeyer got it off to a teammate, running past now. Now they've got an opportunity on that far side, inside 50, no mark taken, but they still have numbers around this contest. Getting there first was Mel Seed. Now off the right boot towards goal and has missed. So a minor score for the Roos, 3-5-23 to 4-2-26 Blackburn. Almost 8 minutes gone third term.
Beautiful transition football then from defence from East Ringwood.
So Blackburn, it'll be Lambourne to take the kick in for the Burners. Season option over the top, clears that player. Through Johnson, handball back. Off the left boot was Hollingsworth. Puts it up and towards a dangerous area. Almost copping one high. Just got the jumper. Tried to handball it forward. Cooper Smith. Getting through. Back on the field. Cade Mason. Bouncing all by himself there. Sullivan Hanna picks it up nicely. Dribbles it towards goal. And the Roos are back in front. On the board for his first. And East Ringwood, 4-5-29 now lead Blackburn 4-2-26.
Well, that was an unusual piece of play because while that was going on, there was a Blackburn and East Ringwood player who were not very happy with each other. The balls nearly ricocheted into them. Players managed to get the ball, kick it over the top, and that was a clever goal from Hanna. And that's his value down there, is his crafty work. And, good bit of play. They've kept it in there. It was a risk going through the middle for Blackburn and a turnover.
So he's 26th goal for the year for East Ringwood, and the Roos just continue to respond. Now back in front again by 3 points. We're back in the middle again. Lewison v. Johnson. Socket off the ground, that time from Lewison. Important ball to be won here. Getting hands to it. Comes out to Oglethorpe. Oglethorpe looking for Stewart. And the one-handed grab brings it in.
They must just practice these for
I was
fun,
going to
these
say,
guys,
we've seen about 5 of those today. As Max Stewart certainly in range from here.
So what I like about Stewart then was that he was at the contest, the ball was low, and then he pushed himself really hard outside the contest, and the ball was able to go over the top to him. Smart play.
Max Stewart puts this one towards goal and has missed to the right this time. So a minor score for Blackburn. They're now 4-3, trailing East Ringwood 4-5. Back to 2 points. We're 10 minutes into this third term of the grand final. Thanks for joining us on EFNL YouTube today. Been a fantastic day out here at Knox Gardens Reserve and across all the grounds for the grand finals. There's Kanamaya. Chips it around. As now they'll look to use the corridor. It's intercepted by Brown. Did fantastically well. Brown lowers his eyes and hits up the target. And Rose.
It's one of those situations, isn't it, that trying to do the right thing, trying to go through the middle, but if you're going to try and be too cute, it doesn't come off, the ball turns over, and then there's no way to defend that.
He was just very quick to see that Carter Rose was leading for that one as the short option. Can he put this one through and put Blackburn back in front? Rose towards goal, has missed again, so another minor score for Blackburn.
I'm just wondering if the breeze has dropped a little bit down there, because the ball has not been moving when it's been down there this quarter.
A little bit different to the under-18A girls game previously, where it certainly was a bigger factor. So here's the Booners again. They're still piling on the pressure for that defence. A great mark in defence by Mason Kent. And looks to switch it towards the far side. It's intercepted. Holloway got hands to it. Still plenty of Roos numbers around this so they can work it out of a trouble as they go far towards the boundary line. Across it goes. That was Thomas Johnson getting hands to it.
That was probably the best result they could get because they had no one down forward leading up. So he needed to put it across and wide as he could so they could restart.
So as you can see on the scoreboard, 4-5 plays 4-4. Exactly what you want, a tight grand final to finish things off today at Knox Gardens Reserve. That kick out of bounds, and Blackburn taking possession of the ball through Jackson Edmonds.
It's got that lull feel about it. People are just waiting for something to happen.
You feel there's a goal coming soon for either side. 1 goal each in this quarter. A lot of players flew for that one. In front position, Hannah got hands to it. Ball comes back out. The kick was affected. Trying to break through the tackle. He does so. Gets it off to Lambourne. Goal. That's certainly a high free kick. And looking to play on straight away was Johnson. That's waiting on.
It's what you call earning your free kick.
Yep. So this is Johnson. Sends a long kick towards the top of the square. No mark. Who's out the back? It's Stewart. Stewart trying to break through. Did he get rid of it? Now still a chance for Blackburn. They can't get anything out of this. We'll get another ball up. About 15 out from the Burners' goals. They trail this game by a point.
Great defensive pressure from the
Roos defenders.
Here's
Stewart out of the clearance. Stewart towards goal. Breaks to the tackle and puts Blackburn back in front. He gets goal number 2. And Blackburn 5-4-34 now lead the Roos 4-5-29.
And that was just a piece of craft work that you don't see often. His ability to start behind the contest, ran straight through the middle of the contest, controlled the football, evaded, kicked the goal. Just brute strength as well. He's a strong boy when he gets going.
Oh, he certainly is.
And I'm telling you now, he doesn't stop either. It's not in his lineage, I don't think, because Kai Stewart plays exactly the same way in Blackburn 1s.
Yeah, very hard to bring down to ground. So suddenly he's got 2 goals and putting his stamp on this game. 5-4-34 Blackburn, 4-5-29 East Ringwood. 14 minutes gone third term. Out of the ruck here, the Roos are going to go steaming forward. Can they hit up a target? Fall short of the intended target of Hannah. And Blackburn have picked this off nicely. Well done there, Dimitriadis, who goes wide. Has an option in the back pocket, Johnson. Johnson hits up his teammate there in Oglethorpe. Oglethorpe was looking to get that one off the gun, slipped through his hands, and now a chance of Baker Flett. Umpire's called something's coming back. Holding the ball, free kick going the way of Blackburn. Just slowly getting back the momentum, they are, Blackburn. Of course, coming in as the favourites today, going out wide to Ryle. The skipper sends a long kick inside 50. Bouncing out the back, trying to keep this one alive. Almost a one-handed juggle there from Prest. Still going with it. Handballs it off to Stewart. Goes to Don't Argue. He's just got through the tackle, only just. Keeps this one alive. Came in like a bull to get hands to it. Ball comes back out to Holloway. To 1-on-2. Roos have got the numbers. Coming in, though, from the side. Making a contest out of that Bookluck. And he's over the line, so we'll get the ball up. We're deep inside Blackburn's attacking half of the ground.
And they've set up really well at the moment, Blackburn here. They've who is it? Dimitriadis is just controlling that back half, letting them know
Here's
where
an
they've
opportunity.
got to go.
Pressed. Probably had a bit more time than he thought, and he kicked it to the right. So minor score, 5-5-35 Blackburn, 4-5-29 East Ringwood, even 6 points. Had plenty of space there.
Yeah.
East Ringwood probably breathe a sigh of relief on that one, as they're going to bring it back into play towards us on the broadcast side. It's a good kick right in front of the intended target in Toby Andrews, who takes the mark on the chest and now moves it forward. Coming in from the side was Bookluck, but reading it well that time, it was Mason, and he's off and running. Off the left boot inside 50, can't hit up the target. Reading that exceptionally well there, Noah Hannum.
Well,
coming in from the side to take the grab.
The reality is you've got a big player up there. You've got to kick the ball up to him.
Yeah. Johnson, of course, inside their forward 50 is now a chance of Blackburn on the far side. Edmund's got plenty of time and space as he hits up the target. It's Oglethorpe getting involved more in this quarter. Oglethorpe towards the half-forward line. Sudamersky used his body, couldn't quite take the mark. Under a bit of pressure now is Mason Kent. Just inside forward 50 for Blackburn. They lead this game by a goal. Approaching three-quarter time out here at Knox Gardens Reserve. The tap down from the Burners. Gunn chasing this one, picked it up, handballed it up in the air. Gave his teammate something to work with, Bookluck. Went back to Riley. Back to a teammate there in Holland. High kick towards the pocket. Happy to see it over, knowing he'll take possession of the football. Cannemire. Thanks for joining us today on EFNL YouTube. The final game of the 2026 junior season. And a fantastic year, and great to finish off with a very tight game out here at Knox. Long kick out of defence. Having a bit of trouble to escape their back half at the moment. Getting a bit of space there. Hammerstein towards goal. How's the bounce? It's right through the middle. And Blackburn suddenly have a 12-point lead. 6-5-41, 4-5-29, and it's their stars that are starting to get involved.
Yeah, and what's happened there was the fact that I think they've just become a little bit cleaner when the ball hits the ground. They've had a little bit more pressure on the contest, and when they've been able to get it forward, they've had more targets. So, yeah, great bit of play.
So back in the middle we go again. The game-high lead for Blackburn, 12 points, 6-5 to 4-5. 18.5 minutes gone third term.
So East Ringwood kind of like need to kick a goal or hold on. They can't let Blackburn get another score this quarter.
No, they certainly won't want to concede another goal late in this quarter. The tap down was won that time by Lewison. Charging through there. Bell got the hands off. They continue to link up. Johnson now. Johnson inside 50. Out the back is Younger. Younger, he's got a teammate over the top who can run into an open goal. It's Taylor with the quick response, And it's game on again. Back to 6 points. 5-5, 35 East Ringwood. 6-5, 41 Blackburn.
Well, we just talked about getting one if they could, and they managed to win the clearance, get the ball out, some clever handball, and scored a goal. So we go back again. I think there's time on in the third quarter, isn't there?
Yes, I believe so. So
a little time on in the third and last quarters. And, back to a goal.
Just what they needed. Just felt the momentum really shifting in favour of Blackburn. So they get it back to 6 points, approaching three-quarter time. And we're back in the middle again. Umpire's called something, seen something here. Free kick going the way of Blackburn. So Lewison will move this inside 50. Stewart's in the area. Reading it almost well there was Agnew. Couldn't bring it down the mark. Slips over at the wrong time. Now in a bit of trouble. Looks hurt as well as play continues. Stewart looking for potentially a holding free kick. Socket across the line.
I think it could be his shoulder. Is it his shoulder? Agnew?
Yeah. Just looked quite... he's still on ground level at the moment. Looked like he reached for his shoulder.
He's fallen forward, I think, and that's what's happened. They can't afford to lose him. He's been very, very good today.
No, he's a fantastic game. So the two East Ringwood trainers now making their way out onto the ground. So just at this point, we're almost 21 minutes gone in this third term, and it is 6-5 to 5-5. 6 point lead to Blackburn. Is back up on his feet now, Mason Agnew, but very, very sore. So not good news there from an East Ringwood point of view. Right before three-quarter time too.
Yeah, the contest between he and Stewart has been fantastic today. Whenever Stewart's gone forward, Agnew's had him, and they've both worked incredibly hard against one another. So this will really hurt East Ringwood. His rebound work has been exceptional today, Agnew. And that is definitely shoulder.
So not good news.
The way they're supporting it with his jumper, his arm in his jumper.
So just waiting for play to resume here. Will be East Ringwood's ball, I believe, on that far side of the ground, and we're back ready to go. So back into play again towards the far side of the ground. Great grab there for the Burners. And they'll look to reload, looking for another goal. They'd love to get back 12 points in front. Brown plays on, handballs it, tried to receive it again that time. Couldn't quite get there, and umpire's called out of bounds, I believe.
That's when you need it. Oh no, he's got a
free kick.
That's when you needed to kick it long into the goal square, when you've got a minute or so to go with the breeze.
Yeah, maybe not the best option then, as the Roos will send it long down the line. Is there time for them to get a score? That is a fantastic grab in amongst three players. That could be Brown again, who looks to use the corridor.
They've done that well this quarter, Blackburn. They've used the corridor really well.
So the skipper in Ryle. Been one of the best players on the ground for Blackburn in this first three quarters. No mark taken. But we're at centre half forward for Blackburn. We're 23 minutes into this third term. Crucial couple minutes for both sides here. A goal either way will certainly make a big difference going into the last quarter. Umpire lets it play on to let that ball come back out. And they kick just almost a bit in hope down the corridor, because Blackburn have plenty of numbers around this, but good pressure from the Roos. They've been able to stop this about 70 out from their goals.
They did that very well because they were outnumbered, and the ball looked like it was going to transition out of defence quite easily for Blackburn. Stopped it well, East Ringwood.
Yeah, it did. Looked like it was going to come straight back. Johnson down to his teammate, who kicks it forward, who finds a target. And Toby Andrews can potentially tie things up right before three-quarter time.
And he certainly got the distance.
So he'll be very, very slight angle, almost directly in front, be kicking from 40 metres out. looking for his first of the day and for the Roos 6 to tie things up. Currently 6 points down. Andrew comes in. His kick is going to fall short, still alive.
That was an absolute mongrel kick.
Just couldn't quite get there as the siren sounds for three-quarter time. And we have a grandstand finish out here at Knox Gardens Reserve. Just 6 points in it between the two sides today. Blackburn 6-41 to East Ringwood 5-35. 1 quarter to play. We'll be back in a break for the final quarter. Welcome back to the Eastland Grand Final under 17.5A boys. season decider. We are three-quarter time here, and it is just one goal separating both Blackburn and East Ringwood. 6-5-41 Blackburn, 5-5-35 East Ringwood. 1 quarter to play. Ryan Long with Brett Davidson. Davo, what were your thoughts in that third term? Blackburn had some momentum in that quarter, but an important goal late for the Roos just keeps them right in the contest.
Definitely, and I thought Blackburn did control the quarter, but East Ringwood, 1 goal in it with a bit of a breeze.
Well, they've done it the hard way. They've won 2 very tough finals to get here today. Blackburn straight through as they look to get the first of the 4th term. It's a quick inside 50, a juggling mark. It was in front position, not paid it.
I think that's a fair result.
Came off, I guess, multiple hands then.
Yep, I think Sudamolski did get his hand on the first part.
So, out of the ruck, brought down that time. It was Josh Prest. So DeLeo couldn't get rewarded with the free kick. But there's the quick clearance. And there he is on cue. He may not have got the mark, but he gets the goal here and puts Blackburn back 12 points in front.
That was a very, very clever goal.
Very impressive.
Sharked the ruck contest, got onto his left and nailed it. So, yeah, a good goal first up. Gives them that confidence. Now it's up to East Ringwood to dig a bit deeper and make sure that they can come back if they can.
Yeah, absolutely is. We're back in the middle again, so the 12-point lead. It's going to make things a little bit tough here for the Burners. For the Rouge, should I say. So Lewison tapped it down. Edge. Wrapped up in the tackle. We'll get another ball up. Right here in the middle of the ground. Knox Gardens Reserve. Premiership up for grabs today. Quick kick forward by the Roots. It's a high free kick, though, going the way of the Burners. So back in the middle it goes. It's Ryder Brown.
He's been good today.
A chance for the best on-ground medal? I feel like he's
certainly done a lot of good stuff.
Certainly been very consistent. Tries to hit up the target. The Roos have got some numbers in defence. Mason Kent is wrapped up by Gunn. So ball up inside the defensive half of the ground for the Roos. So here they go trying to escape out of this one. Wrapped up in the tackle. So we get another ball up. Trying to clear this one out. It's Hannah towards the middle of the ground. Ryle under a lot of pressure. Now inside 50 in the Stewart direction. Coming in from the side, getting hands to it. Here is Stewart. Got the hands off to Brown. Brown towards goal for an 18-point lead. Brown goes bang. He gets his first. And the margin, 15 points, 8-5-53 to 5-5-35.
Yeah, clever goal outside of the boot. And that certainly hurts them. And that they were... There was probably half a dozen contests there where East Ringwood were in the and just lost the contest. So it was a little fumble, little ball movement out, but a crucial goal that they've got to win this clearance.
They certainly do. The pressure now is right on East Ringwood. We're back in the middle again. It tapped down one by the Roos. Going forward here towards their half-forward line, trying to chase that one, almost getting to it. Here's a chance of Hannah. Handballs over the top. They link up again. They try and keep this going. Stolen away by Ryle, who just sends a long kick. It's going to go out of bounds, and it'll give the Roos a chance to go back inside their forward 50. It'll be Bell to take the kick. Charlie Bell has been a good performer for the Roos today.
Yep. Too much handball then. They needed to kick the ball quickly into goal.
Let's see what Bell can do with it here. Puts it right in the pocket. Almost grabbing that. Couldn't quite. Off the right boot. What a goal from Taylor. Keeps the Roos alive in the grand final. And he has 2 goals and the Roos 6-5-41 to 8-5-53. And that is a spectacular finish. And they won't go away.
They won't. And that's another great goal from that pocket. The Blackburn players were appealing for touched. We couldn't tell. And the reality is that it's a goal. So good goal. Gets them back. They got the clearance. That's the key. And I think you'll be looking for another big punch from the ruckman had this opportunity, I think, as well, Johnson.
Yeah, back in the middle we go again. 12 points the margin, 4.5 minutes in this final quarter. So plenty of time left in this decider. Out of the middle is Brown. He got his handball just away in time. The Roos trying to get something forward. Here's Ryle, been good today. He gets this one forward towards the half-forward line, picked off here. That time by Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth wants it up at target, just clears. But works out okay. They've got some numbers there, and they've got numbers in front of here. Who's going to run onto this first? It rolls across the line. It beats everyone, and they had the numbers running forward. It's a minor score, 6-6-42 to 8-5-53.
Even though it's still 11 points, it's a handy point.
Yeah, it's a handy point. As Blackburn take the kick in. Looks like Lamborn might have got a bit of feedback from the Roos people behind the fence. Good grab that time from Tom Lewison.
That is a good grab.
And finds a target in the middle of the ground. That's Liam Riley coming forward. And now he goes to centre half forward. Reading it excellently. Excellent was Sudamersky.
He didn't look sideways, and he had two players out sideways that he needed to go consider.
So it's picked off here by Gunn. Short kick forward. Knew that Johnson was in front. Taken across the line.
That's the key thing as a defender. Get it, go back quickly, look both sides. He only looked one side then. He had two on the open side and they could have gone away.
So right now it's 8-5-53 to 6-6-42. Tap down going in favour of the Burners. It was pressed. He might receive it again. He does. Puts this one forward to Brown. Brown towards goal, looking for his second of the quarter. Hits the post. And it's back to 12 points. I think he's got even better as the game has gone by, Ryder Brown.
Yeah, and they've just got to make sure they don't allow him to get those easy runs.
Between him and Ryle in the midfield for the Burners have been really key, particularly in this last quarter. The mark has been paid.
Oh, that's...
And he's going to play on straight away. It's Jack Ryan who moves this towards the top of the square. No mark taken. Out the back that time. DeLeo chasing this one. Doing well was Kent. Kent trying to get this one out of their defensive half of the ground. They're still in a very dangerous spot of the ground here. The handball over the top by Prest. Moving this forward. Umpire is going to ball it up right on the forward 50 arc for Blackburn. We're almost 7.5 minutes gone, fourth term. 8-6 plays 6-6. Here's the tap down. Stewart got through the tacklers. Hand passed it off. That's Lamborn over the top. Just missing connection with the ball. Big tackle on Brown. Here's Bell now for the Roos. Bit of a dribbler kick that he'll run onto himself and now can take a bounce. You can look at the speed from Bell. Bell looking for a target. Can't quite get there to Andrews. Jeez, it looked exciting there. Just probably was out of gas by the time he kicked it. And Blackburn breathed a sigh of relief. Here on the half-back line. Just sends it long down the line. A lot of players will fly for this one. In front position was Johnson.
Tell you what, he's been good. He's been very good for all four quarters.
And one of their most consistent players on the ground today. Johnson puts this one inside 50. Almost reading it well was Gordon. Couldn't quite bring it down. Off the left boot. It's all East Ringwood numbers. And they run into each other. They've coughed up a big opportunity. That was an almost certain mark. They're going to wish they had that back. And we'll get a ball up. It's still an opportunity to score. It's inside 50. Johnson will go up against Lewison. Tapped it down towards the boundary line. So currently 12-point lead to Blackburn. Almost 9 minutes gone, final quarter. Johnson with the tap down. Blackburn looking to clear this one out. It's going in the direction there of Rose. And we're going to get another ball up inside 50.
I hope they don't rue that mistake.
Yeah, looked like a golden opportunity as Lewison tapped it down, and just a high kick towards us on the broadcast side. No mark taken. And across the line it goes. And East Ringwood pleading that it came off the boot of a Blackburn player. There's going to be a ball up. Right in front of the East Ringwood huddle. Tap down, pressed. Handball towards the boundary line. And seeing it over that time was Hammerstein. Kicked an important goal in that third quarter for Blackburn. They get the punch from the tap down, and here we go. They've got some space for Hammerstein to take a run. Takes a bounce and now sends this one inside 50. With a short kick. Handball over the top. It's going to come back out to Ryle. Ryle, short kick, looking for his teammate there in Holloway. And the umpire has given advantage. Coming from behind to take the mark was Lewison. Right in front of us, broadcast side. Centre wing puts this one back into attack. And leading from front, couldn't bring it down. A high kick that time from Ryle towards goal. And almost carried the distance. But taking the mark on the line there, Kanamire, who puts this out to Mason, who's got space. He can take a couple of bounces before he sends it forward towards the boundary line. Picked up that time by Hannum. Off to Johnson. And they move this forward again to Blackburn. Back inside their attacking half of the ground. And they hit up a target. The mark has been paid that time to Patrick Marcucci, who's kicked the 2 goals.
That's where Mason had all that time and space. He had to hit a target. Yep. He put it, between 2 of his players. They've rebounded, got it up that end. So, a couple of crucial errors at the moment for East Ringwood.
And they've got the ball now on the boundary line. And points to home. And you don't know how many more chances East Ringwood will get. It's a 2-goal margin, 11.5 minutes gone fourth quarter. Even just a score here would make things very hard for East Ringwood. Puts it towards the top of the square. No mark taken. Stewart comes in. Ball comes back out. And now a chance for the Roos. What can they get off the half-back line here? The kick away from Nardella. Hits up the target right in front of us. It's Younger. Dribbling kick is a good one. Bounces perfectly for his teammate there in Taylor. Taylor inside 50. Just can't hit the target. And I don't think he got hands to it either. And it was Andrews who was chasing it hard. And again, Blackburn will take possession of the ball through Noah Hannum.
Just drag him off.
Well, that's Younger right in front of us, who's just struggling to get off the ground at the moment. Great mark, that taken there by Josh Prest. And he has the short option, finds his target in Jack Ryan. Done some good things today is Jack Ryan.
It's been a great contest between the 2 of them, Bell and Ryan.
And certainly enjoyed it. And all by himself, Hammerstein takes the mark, and they've just slowed things right down, and suddenly time becomes their friend. With 13 minutes gone in this fourth quarter. The kick slipping through the hands. Trying to burst through the pack there. Costa got it over the top. Now Lambourne. Lambourne towards goal, potentially for the sealer. Across the face and over the line. East Ringwood still alive, but only just. Kanamire will take the kick. The back pocket here for the Roos.
They've had a couple of times where they've tried to kick the ball to Andrews, East Ringwood. They've just missed him each and every time. And there's been a kick out. So he's made good leads. They just haven't been able to hit him.
Yeah, that's right. As Mason towards the far side of the ground. And it's taken here by Angus Nardella. Just goes long down the line again. Slipped through the hands that time of Andrews. Contest to be won. Handball from Lewison. Stewart takes the mark on the chest.
You know what, Lewison's hands are really good for a big fella.
Been super good. And Stewart puts it in front of Brown. Took him a bit longer to take possession of the ball, but handles it over the top to Gunn. Gunn kicked a goal from this position in the second quarter, and he's done it again. And that might just be your grand final. They are 18 points up, 9-6-60 to East Ringwood, 6-6-42. And he loved it off the boot, didn't he, Davo?
He did.
As
And look,
soon as he kicked it.
He hasn't done a lot today, but I tell you what, the 2 goals he's kicked have been 2 really good goals. And that was just a classy goal, a nice touch over the top. And he controlled the football, and it makes it a little bit tougher now for East Ringwood. They need to get the next clearance, the next score, and then hopefully reboot again.
Well, they're probably one score away from obviously finishing this with an 18-point lead. Even just a couple of minutes off the clock just about seals it. So East Ringwood got to be very quick out of this and hope they can get something going, maybe shift the momentum very late.
Yeah, it's
running out of time now.
Open the forward line out.
Well, it's where you certainly just take every chance. Tapped down by Lewison. They try and get something out of this. Brown been caught for a throw, so it's been rewarded here for East Ringwood.
So you need to get it in quickly, get it into a target.
So here's Hannah. Takes his time before putting this into a very good position. Looked like it might have been going for someone else, but coming in from the side, Archie Gordon takes the mark, and without a question, this has to go through for the Roos.
It does.
It did look like they had Nardella as well in the pocket.
I'm not understanding that. I mean, I understand rotations, but you've just taken off Toby Andrews with 3 minutes to go, 4 minutes to go. You've put him on the bench.
Archie Gordon comes in, and he's kicked that to the right. So minor score 6-7-43 East Ringwood, 9-6-60 Blackburn. 17 points. Means 3 goals would win it from here, but very tough when you've kicked the 6th of the day and we're 16 minutes into the 4th quarter.
Yep.
Blackburn would just love to really run a couple of minutes off the clock, get a sealer themselves. As bursting through here is Hammerstein. Got a lot of speed in him. I reckon that's a running too far. Wasn't sure if the umpire was going to call it. They do in the end, and it comes back to Cooper Smith. Cooper Smith, got to find a mark inside 50. Out the back, who's going to run onto this first? Doing well nicely there. Lambourne in defence, finds Brown, who's been absolutely everywhere today. Ryder Brown. He's kicked this time, cut off by the Roos. Mason Kent. 17 minutes gone 4th term, just got to roll the dice on absolutely everything here. Do East Ringwood towards the pocket.
And that's the thing, is that you get the ball, you can't afford to just go down to an area where the opposition can defend it easily. You've got to take risks. I think they've been given this one because of the last touch, East Ringwood.
They have. So another inside 50. Need a mark out of this. And it's Blackburn who take the grab in defence. And they are very close to walking away with the premiership this year. It's Josh Press, the vice-captain, out of defence. Comes back, the Roos still not giving up. Off the right boot was Mason towards goal. And that is out of bounds on the full.
And again, just not a sensible kick. You know, if you're going to rush your kick, try and at least put it to the top of the square.
So having a look at the time now, where it's almost 18 minutes into the 4th quarter, if you've just joined us. It's been a fantastic afternoon out here at Knox Gardens Reserve. Blackburn 9-6-60, East Ringwood 6-7-43. And they just maintain possession of the football, chipping it around here in the back half. Pressed. Now sends a long kick forward. Plenty of Roos numbers here, so they might get a rebound 50 back inside. Johnson, handballs over the top. And now Bell. Bell can't hit up a target. They keep this alive. Blackburn again repel. And they just falls back into the hands here of Johnson.
Well, you'd like to have him down, kicking to himself.
They need him there to mark it. Can they get something out of this? Great grab again. And he has had a fantastic game as Lewison.
Yes. That's a crucial mark.
That is a fantastic grab, and he'll send it in the same position it came from. It's been back and forth in this area of the ground here for a few minutes. They clear it out towards us broadcast side. Kent. All Blackburn numbers behind this one. No mark taken, but there's about 4 of them between that area of the ground, as now they'll look to use the corridor. They'd love to get a seal up. Was looking for Stewart. Was picked off there. The intercept mark from Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth switching towards the far side once again. And it's the skipper.
He's been very good today. He's been very good today too.
So the Burners moving forward, back inside their forward half of the ground. Came off hands that time. Trying to get through Holloway. And we'll get a ball up inside 50. They're moments away from celebrating a grand final victory. We saw the under-18A girls get up just before. Bell putting into a bit of space. The mark is taken there from Hannah. He's kicked forward, hits up the target, about 60 out from home. Hand passes it off to Taylor. Taylor long towards the top of the square, all by himself to take the mark. Noah Hannum hasn't done too much wrong today.
No.
And he'll bring it back towards the broadcast side of the ground. Good positioning. Bell came in to almost take the grab. Been a fantastic game between these two sides.
Yeah, they've both attacked the footy really hard.
And there's your siren. Blackburn have done it. They're the premiers for 2026, the under 17.5A grand final. It goes the way of Blackburn, and they walk away 17-point winners on the big stage, 9-6-60 to 6-7-43.
Yeah, look, they were very good after half time. I thought their third quarter was excellent. And they've kicked the goals when they needed to kick goals, the really crucial goals they kicked. Great game of football, great skills, great sportsmanship, and really the contest was fantastic the whole game. Just a little bit too good at the crucial moments. We talk about winning big moments. I think they won a few too many big moments for East Ringwood, and well-deserved premiers in Blackburn. It's a tremendous game of footy.
Absolutely. Certainly was a fantastic game between the two sides, and a really, really well done to the Blackburn Football Club. Stay with us on the stream because they're going to celebrate the Blackburn Premiership win with the ceremony after the game.
like just for this game, like surely that he.
I actually thought this year they might lose the first final and then come out with the late. I don't know. Take another break.
You can't book it.
It'd be very interesting. A lot of those players have been
Yeah, they've been there for most of it. Yeah. Eventually,
I can just see.
If we can just get those teams to line up for the certifications, please.
most of them been really. Just for their own good. I mean, because you sort of go, could they, as a club, could they cope with like this and that? It takes the toll. You just wonder like how many of those well, you get those old ones who go, it's obviously not meant to be, and they'll retire, and then you get some who are like, yeah, you're going to move on. It's something else. Probably weren't going to play this year. Had it once you get up, then you no, that's good. Yeah. From a club perspective,
What a way to finish the game with the under 17.5 A Premiership.
anyway,
Firstly,
part of the fun, as they say.
congratulations to each
Part of it. Good game at least, boys.
No, it was good.
and to our premiers, Blackburn, congratulations on a remarkable season. How about a round of applause for both teams for a second round? To start, so in the field we have Cooper Sully, James Gertner, on the penalty we had Ivy Hamilton and James Keller. And in the goals we had Drew Law and Xavier Denver. We'd now like to present the best on ground medal in the grand final as judged by the umpires. And the winner of the under 17.5 A
At least we get paid for it.
Oh, yeah, true.
number 47 from Blackburn.
Yeah, well, we're going away after.
Can't really like saying
This is an unpaid package in Europe Cup safety award.
what's your movements in terms of like with the media role and stuff? Obviously, it's a role that seems to.
First of all, just like to congratulate Blackburn, had a fantastic season. We knew we were going to be up against it today. They're a great team. Obviously, it's really been the best team all year. And we're not getting that today. But congratulations to hopefully to our boys, look, fantastic effort. We didn't go time today. Getting as close as we could, and we had our chances. Back to last November, you know, to get to where we got to today, I had one first training event in 2 teams. I think the G-boys have won the grand final today, but to put the effort in today, going back to November, when people decide to leave and take on, we're getting better passes, and we get better players and better people back in. Just thank you yourself. So well done on the season. And we'll talk more about it. Well done to our boys, and well done to Blackburn. If I can ask the coach of the Blackburn.
Yeah, take a breath after.
for our skipper of Big Bay Terry Tommy Wilson. And the 9-year-old man of the team, Noah Leone. Number 15, Cal Johnson. Number 16, Riley Boogie Bookler. Number 17, Big Noah Hannum. Number 18, Joshua Christie Fresh. Number 19, Jack Ryan. Number 20, Bang Lee Overford. Number 22, the coach, Patrick Macucci. Number 23, that's Ryan Ashby. Number 26, winning mark of the year. Number 28, Roy Fleming. Number 31, Charlie P. Number 32, Blackburn. Number 55, TJ Costa. Number 37, Dutchy Mitch Holland. back over your eyes. Halfback, number 55. Well done. Louis, Colorado.
Now to present the trophy for winning the premiership of the 2026 17.5 A boys to Blackburn. Congratulations.